Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CVCA live streams coverage of Royals hockey. Tonight, the Royals are at home, hosting the undefeated Normandy Invaders at the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio, in a Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue North Division matchup. My name's Tim Nichols. A pleasure to be alongside and high atop the ice rink tonight, and bringing you all the play-by-play coverage along with the CVCA live stream team. Sean Mosher to my right, Cody Anderson to my left. And we're looking forward to tonight's matchup. The Royals are back home tonight after an 8-day layoff in their second of 4 scheduled meetings with these Normandy Invaders who are taking the ice right now. All 4 matchups between the two teams to be taking place before the end of this month of December. So the Royals will see these Invaders 2 more times in addition to tonight's contest before the turn of the new year. First things first, the Royals Invaders matched up on the second day of the Normandy Bruce Anderson Memorial Thanksgiving Tournament back on November 27th, and the host team skated away with a 5-0 shutout victory over the Royals that night. The Invaders came out on fire in that first game, putting 15 shots on Carson Houck's goal in the first period en route to a 3-0 lead at the first intermission. They added single goals in the final 2 stanzas en route to that 5-0 shutout victory. Houck, in goal for the Royals that night, stopped 24 of the 29 shots he faced for the Royals, who struggled to put up much of anything together against the big, physical Invaders. CVCA just put 4 shots on goal in the first period and only 5 in the second period on that Saturday night after Thanksgiving before the game got out of reach. The key today will be to win the battles for loose pucks and get some good offensive zone time to challenge junior Invaders goaltender Zach Waite. It'll be a tough challenge as these undefeated Invaders have outscored their opponents 33-5 in 5 games this season, and they already have 3 shutouts to their credit. Clock is started with the pregame warm-up festivities are underway. Both teams on the ice. The Invaders to our left and the Royals to the right. About 8 minutes before we drop the puck here at the Kostel Rec Center for tonight's Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue North Division matchup. In that first meeting of the year earlier this season, about 3 weeks ago, the Normandy first line really terrorized CVCA. Senior Logan George had 2 goals and an assist for Normandy. His line mate Jake DeGiro, also a senior, also had a goal and 3 helpers that evening. Senior Danny Bartik, who wears number 1 for the Invaders, added a pair of goals, and senior Tyler Beck, who wears number 15, chipped in with 3 assists on that night. They made up all but 1 of the points that was scored on that evening in the 5-0 shutout victory over CVCA. The Invaders are a senior-laden team. They have 8 seniors on their roster, and they are likely the favorites to come out of this blue division with a Barron Cup championship this year, but the Royals would like nothing less to improve tonight and perhaps upset the Invaders and deliver them their first loss of the season. Again, they'll have 3 more opportunities in the regular season to try and get that victory against these Invaders. The Royals have started the season alternating wins and losses and come into tonight's contest with an even record of 3 wins, 3 losses, and 0 ties. They are coming off a 5-2 loss last Friday night, 8 days ago, at home here at the Kostel Rec Center against the Cleveland Heights Tigers. The Royals' goals were scored that evening by junior number 15, Nick Humphrey, who leads CVCA in scoring with 10 points so far this season. Humphrey has 3 goals and 7 assists. Jack Lamline also tallied his team-leading 8th goal of the season late in the contest, but the Royals could not match up with the physicality that the Cleveland Heights Tigers brought, albeit a short bench for the Tigers. They suited up just 11 players, but the first line for the Tigers, who had played 4 of the last 5 seasons in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Red Division, that's the top division, have dropped all the way down to the Blue Division after spending last year in the White North, primarily because their bench is limited, but that first line for the Tigers was too much for CVCA 8 nights ago and put a 5-2 loss on the Royals. But the Royals have come out pretty strong so far this season. A trio of victories in the first 6 contests. And they're looking to get another victory tonight. But they will need to get contributions up and down the ice in the lineup tonight to have a chance. They will be a bit shorthanded this evening. They have taken a hit in the depth department over the last week. Freshman Noah Chidima, who scored 3 goals early on in the season, will be out with an upper body injury suffered early in the Cleveland Heights game 8 days ago. And we've received word that sophomore David Siff, who also has 3 goals this season, will not be in uniform tonight as well. So, Siff and Chidima, stalwarts on the second line, or the line we've been calling the swarm line for CVCA. And so the Royals will change things up tonight and have to modify those lines and see if they can make something happen tonight against these Invaders. This is the 26th all-time meeting between these two schools. Normandy and CVCA first matched up back in the 2010 season, and CVCA leads the all-time series against the Invaders 14-9. The Invaders, however, have won 4 in a row dating back to 2 seasons ago, including 3 victories against CVCA last year and the victory earlier this season on November 27th. The last Royals victory was a memorable one against these Invaders in the 2019 Barron Cup semifinal, a game that sent the Royals to the Barron Cup championship when Gabe Dearden, the captain of last year's CVCA squad, as a sophomore fired a laser shot from the right point in overtime that beat the Normandy goaltender and sent the Royals on to the Barron Cup final, where they subsequently defeated Parma in a rousing 2-1 victory to win the Barron Cup championship. That was the last time the Royals put a loss on these Normandy Invaders. So again, the Royals lead 14-9. They're looking for their 15th all-time victory tonight. In, I think I said the 25th. It is the 24th all-time contest between the two schools. The Royals are head coached by Doug Fairchild, who is in his 13th season behind the bench for CVCA, and he is assisted by Rich Hurdle, Mark Brower, and Jonathan Beckett. The Invaders are coached by Jim Jackson, but we've also received word that Jackson is not able to be in attendance tonight, and so his assistants, Joe George, Bernie Farini, and Dan Holden, will have to hold down the fort on the bench for the Invaders this evening at the Kostel Rec Center. We're getting ready for high school hockey here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center, the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue Division contest between the Royals and the Invaders. Once again, my name is Tim Nichols, and you are tuned to CVCA Royals Hockey, which is being brought to you through Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. And you can follow news of CVCA athletics, and specifically CVCA hockey broadcast, on our Twitter account. You can follow us on Twitter at the @CVCA Livestream Twitter handle. Also can follow CVCA Livestream information via our Facebook page and our Instagram account at CVCA Livestream on both those locations as well. So, it's a big night for hockey on a Saturday night in Garfield Heights, Ohio, in the Greater Cleveland metropolitan area. So, the pregame clock is winding down to about 1:45, and after such time, they'll get the starting lineups announced and the anthems, and then we'll be underway. Estimated start time now, I would say, is about 6 minutes away overall. As we look down the Royals statistics so far this season, we mentioned earlier that Jack Lamline leads the Royals in goals scored. The senior associate captain has got 8 tallies to light the lamp so far this season. And Nick Humphrey with 10 points, leading the Royals overall with those 3 goals scored and 7 assists. After Lamline, we mentioned Chidima and Siff also with 3 goals each. Luke Parada, the captain of this squad, has 3 goals and 2 assists for 5 total points. And beyond that, single goals for Jared Outward and Caden Ballard. Freshman Jacob Schwarzbeck also has a pair of goals and 2 assists for 4 points. Word is that Karsten Hauk will get the start tonight. Hauk, who shares the goal crease with freshman Caleb Mosher, has played in 2 contests so far this season. Hauk has saved 79.7% of the shots he has faced. And unfortunately for him, he's come up short in the 2 contests against a couple of tough opponents in these Invaders the first time around, and then also, if I recall correctly, against the Orange Lions in the second game of the season. But Hauk will get a chance in goal tonight, his second year as a goaltender for the Royals. Clock winds down. The teams have now gone to pick up the pucks in their various goals, and we're just about ready for the introductions of the starting lineups and high school hockey here on CVCA live stream on the CVCA Athletic Boosters YouTube page. The Invaders have assumed their spot on the end line to our left, and the Royals on the end line to our right, and momentarily public address announcer Chuck Parada will introduce this evening's festivities along with the starting lineups and our national anthem.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the students, parents, and administration of Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy, we'd like to welcome you to the Dan Kostel Ice Arena for today's contest featuring our guests, the Normandy Invaders, and your CVCA Royals. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administrators and authority figures, and, of course, your team and opponents. Let's make today's contest great by remembering to respect the game. Thank you. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected and assigned according to procedures adopted by the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League. And those officials are Brio and Alexander. And now let's meet the teams. First,
And we're ready for the starting lineups.
in goal, number 4, Zach Waite.
Senior Zach Waite gets the start for the Invaders tonight. 18 saves in the first contest against the Royals.
Number 15, Tyler Beck. At left wing, number 18, Jake Figueroa.
Logan George and Tyler Beck,
Dane Gallius.
Jake DeGiro, and Dane Galgus, the only freshman in a starting lineup that features 3 seniors and the junior goaltender, and the final defenseman, Willen Hill.
Now your CVCA Royals.
For the Royals,
In goal, number 1, Kostel.
Karsten Hauk gets the start for CVCA.
At center,
He wears number 1, Karsten Hauk, the junior goaltender. Jack Lamline wears number 11 for the Royals, 8 goals so far in the season.
number 15,
Nick Humphrey, the newcomer to the Royals, who leads them in points this season, a junior.
number 2,
Jacob Schwartzbeck getting his first start of the season,
defenseman,
the freshman.
Josh Petchke.
And the Royals changing up the starting lineup with Josh Petchke getting the start on defense. And then the captain, Luke Parada, moving back to defense from his forward spot. So the Royals changing things up significantly in the starting lineup tonight with Petchke and Luke Parada on defense. And at this time, before we get underway, we'll pause to honor America as we hear and listen to our national anthem. The anthem completed and the fans with some applause here, those that are in attendance at the Kostel Rec Center. And we're just about ready for hockey on a Saturday night in Northeast Ohio. Once again, Tim Nichols along with you for this evening's festivities on CVCA Livestream. Ably assisted by Sean Mosher on the pictures and the camera and Cody Anderson on the graphics tonight. So the Royals changing up the starting lineup as you heard during the announcements. Jacob Schwarzbeck and Luke Parada on defense tonight for CVCA. With the depth issues that we talked about during the pregame contest, with Chidima and Sif being out, word is that regular defenseman Mark Mosher may be moving up into a forward position, and that'll move Zach Nichols back onto a defensive line with Ben Wilford. So we'll see how it goes. Same starting five for these Normandy Invaders. And in the last contest between the two schools, the Invaders struck quickly, scoring a goal just 2.5 minutes into the contest, and a second one just 2 minutes later. They were up 2-0 early, so we'll see if the Royals can stifle the powerful, senior-laden offensive attack of the Invaders. The Invaders will go left to right in the first period, wearing their traditional brown bottoms, brown tops, white numerals with orange piping and dark brown helmets. The Royals in blue bottoms, white tops, blue numerals, and blue helmets. We're underway, and the puck is into the offensive zone for CVCA, but now controlled by Logan George. George with a shot over the goaltender. How the first shot of the game misses the goal, not on target, and the Royals take over. Schwarzbeck through the neutral zone, dumps it in deep for CVCA, and Beck will chase after it for Normandy. Gets it to George, who's up ice, and into the offensive zone. Dumps it in high over the goaltender once again and gets it himself, the first one there. He's ridden off the puck by Luke Parada, who pushes it up ice and looks for a teammate who chips it up and out, and the Royals clear the zone. Lamline chasing after it, and it's around the boards near side, controlled by Schwarzbeck, who pushes it back in deep, but no one there for the Royals. The Invaders try and clear the zone. They do. It's out to center ice, where CVCA pushes it back the other direction, but now controlled and out of the zone. Delayed offsides, and the Royals knock it down the ice. It'll be icing, and the first stoppage of the game occurs with 13 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the first period. Face-off will be to the right of Royals goaltender Karsten Hauk. In to take it will be Josh Price for the Invaders. Caden Ballard for CVCA. It's controlled for a moment by the Invaders, and they skate to the low slot. Jumps it high slot. Shot is knocked down to the near side point. Cross ice pass looking for Invader. That's number 57, Galetka, who battles in deep with Eli Parada, a pair of 57s. The puck comes to the near side boards in the corner after the Royals centering pass is intercepted, and Ballard starts out the other direction for CVCA. Across the red line, and Caden Ballard dumps it in deep, but it goes out of play, just missing, staying in play and going out on the area where the bench for the Invaders comes and meets the boards and the lower level plexiglass, and so they'll take the face-off outside the Royals zone. Lamline in to take it for CVCA. George on the other side for the Invaders. The Royals dump it in deep, and they'll chase after it. Does Lamline. It's around the near side boards, controlled by the Invaders for a moment. Pushed up and out, and after it is number 18. That's DeGiro. Zach Nichols battles after him, and Zach Nichols is going to go to the penalty box. Nichols with a hold out there on his first shift, and in moments after getting on the ice, he'll head down to the single penalty box here at the Kostel Rec Center. The first power play opportunity of the game will go to the Normandy Invaders. Time of the penalty, 1 minute and 54 seconds for the CVCA junior. Royals still with 5 out on the ice. They'll have to send 1 off, or they'll be in danger of a too many men penalty. We do. The Royals playing with 5 on the ice. They're going to be in danger of a too many men on the ice penalty if the referees notice this. Check that. There are 2 penalties, so it's 5 aside. We didn't see that, but there are penalties on both teams, so 5 on 5. Royals with a shot on the goaltender, Waite, who makes his first save of the game. And so, again, it looks like Nichols is in the penalty box on the other side. It might be George, but 5 on 5. So simultaneous penalties at the 1 minute 54 second mark. Face-off will be to the left of goaltender Zach Waite. Caden Ballard at the face-off dot. They drop it down. Ballard pushes it in deep, but it's controlled by the Invaders. Up ice it comes, and they clear the Royal zone. Fanning on it is Price. Pushed back in deep by Schwartzbeck for CVCA. After it is Willen Hill. Hill in the corner, dumps it back to a teammate who tries to start out, and the Invaders clear the zone. Up ice, Price off his stick and intercepted by the Royals, pushed up but not controlled. Hill pushes it back the other direction, intercepted by number 15. That's Humphrey for CVCA. Then comes back to Humphrey, pushes it near side, dumps it in deep behind the goaltender Waite. The Invaders collect the puck. Pressure by Ballard, pushes up to center ice, controlled by Luke Parada. Parada waits for the team to clear the zone and pushes it back in deep once again, and the Royals will get a change. Shot by Humphrey, who was there, wide of the goal. Schwartzbeck controls, tries to center, doesn't get much on it, and intercepted. Knocked down, but intercepted by Humphrey once again. Sets up, saved by Waite, and it's up into the rafters. They let it go on. It didn't touch anything up in the rafters. Came back down, Lamline gets it to himself behind the goal, skates in front, saved by Waite. Second shot, saved by Waite again by Schwartzbeck. And a big flurry of shots for CVCA. It's pushed up and down the ice. No icing as they wave it off, and CVCA will have to chase it. Back to get it is Josh Petchke. Petchke with the puck, looking, and pushes it up ice. He'll turn it over. Hill has it, dumps it in deep, knocked aside. Mark Mosher with his first ship, but intercepted by George. George gets a shot. It's ricochets above the goal and out of play. Saved by Karsten Hauk. A dangerous chance there for Logan George. And 16 seconds remain on the simultaneous penalties. Face off to the right of Hauk. A nice shift there by the Royals, who put some pressure on Waite. Face off controlled for a moment by the Invaders. It goes back to George, who's got it, shoots, and it's over the goal into the corner. Pushed up. Mosher tries to get it out. Kept in by Galetka. Galetka pushes it in, save, and it's dangerous. Pushes it up to the high slot, pushed back in deep, and after it are a pair of players controlled for a moment by Eli Parada. Pushes it up looking for Mosher, who has it on his stick. Mosher tries to skate out with it, but intercepted. With it is number 15, Beck. Beck fires, save, second shot, sure. A backhanded score by number 31, Logan George, and the Invaders draw first blood tonight, 1-0 Normandy. The senior Logan George, 2 goals in the first contest against these Royals, and he adds a 3rd goal to his season tally against CVCA on the rebound, and it's 1-0 Normandy. Time of the goal, 4 minutes and 13 seconds, and they drop the puck back down and controlled by the Royals. Pushed up and into the offensive zone by Luke Parada. Ricochets out. Morgan Joy's after it for his first shift. Centers, but no one there, and pushed aside and on now onto the stick of Matt Galetka. Galetka skating, evades Joy, pushes it up ice, and looking for a teammate. That was number 7, Josh Price. They wave off the icing. Josh Petchke, a pair of Joshes out there, pushes it up, but not out. And now poked out by CVCA, and after it is Schwartzbeck, I believe. It's knocked out and finds the stick of number 47. That's Sutayak, Jeffrey Sutayak on the near side boards. He's dispossessed, and the puck goes around the goaltender, or the goal of Karsten Hauk. Far side, pushed back in, and Parada is after it for CVCA. Dumps it near side boards into the corner. And it ricochets up to the high slot, kept in by Galetka for a moment, but now Parada has it. That's Luke Parada all the way in on Waite, and it's poke checked away by number 89, Dane Galgus. Nice play by him, the freshman. Galgus, a starter, kept in by Morgan Joy. She'll fire it. It's knocked down. Joy has it on her stick again, dumps it far side. Chasing after it is number 24 for CVCA. That's Outward Outward, gets it to a teammate. Lamline, I believe it was, tries to keep it in, and it's poked up and out of play. We'll get a face-off with 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first period. The score, the Invaders 1, the Royals nothing. Face-off will be outside the Royals offensive zone in front of the Invaders bench. And Logan George after it. It's off his stick and into the offensive zone. And out for a moment, so they'll have to clear. Back in. Schwartzbeck. George has it. George on goal. A save by Hauk in the near corner. Controlled by number 18, DeGiro. Now George again sets up and fires. Hauk with the save. The puck is just dangling down there and battled for. And Nick Humphrey comes up with it for a moment. Clicks it up off the boards, but not out. Pushed back in and controlled by DeGiro. DeGiro at the faceoff dot. And stoppage. And it looks like a penalty will be called. And we wait for the call. It looks like an elbow will be called against CVCA's associate captain, Jack Lamline. And this time, for real, the Normandy Invaders will go on the power play. 2 minutes for elbowing to Jack Lamline of CVCA. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 5 seconds. For Lamline, who leads the Royals in goals scored, that is his 5th minor penalty of the season. Face-off is controlled by CVCA, and out with it is the Royals' Humphrey. Humphrey takes it all the way down the ice into the corner. Face-off, not face-off, fires a sharp angled shot on the goal of Zach Waite, who has to make a save, but back down the ice comes the Invaders. George overskates it, but it's kept in by Tyler Beck. And Beck keeps it in a second time. Nice play by him. And a late whistle, and they may have called it offsides, but a nice job by Tyler Beck to try and create a chance for his undefeated Invaders squad. Minute 34 left to go on the Lamline penalty. Face-off is outside the Invaders offensive zone, and they drop it down, and it's knocked out by the Royals for a moment, but brought right back in. It must not have been out all the way. Logan George has it on his stick, skates in, sharp angle shot is saved. Second shot is behind the goaltender, Hauk. A power play goal, the second of the night for Logan George. And the Invaders lead Balloons 2-0.
I don't know who scored that.
Logan George on the goal. He put the first shot on Hauk, who saved it, but it laid right there and was not cleared away, and he poked it right up over the blocker of Hauk and puts the Invaders on top 2-0. So the Royals will play from behind, exactly what they wanted to avoid here in the first period. As the puck is dropped back down to the ice, controlled by CVCA in the corner. Mark Mosher after it, dumps it around the boards, near side, and up and out of the zone. Unable to keep it in was number 3, Josh Petchke. Luke Parada controls Parada up ice for Mosher. He can't control. It's fired back in wide of the goaltender, Hauk. Near side, Petchke chases after it once again. He's pestered by number 47, Sutayak. And now coming up with it is CVCA. Toward Steigmeier. Steigmeier down the ice into the offensive zone. Far side. Controlling, dumps it to the point. Finds Parada, fires. It's knocked down before it got to Waite. And controlled by CVCA in the neutral zone. That's Mark Mosher with it. Mosher up ice to no one in particular and controlled on the far side by Galgus. Galgus dumps it in wide of Hauk, and the Invaders will get a change back on it for CVCA. It's Petchke up ice and finds Caden Ballard, who is leveled by Galgus, who dumps it far side around the ice in the offensive zone for CVCA. Nice play on the far side by Schwartzbeck, who pokes it in deep. No one on the far side for CVCA to get it, though. Galgus pokes it up, intercepted by Ballard, who dumps it back in deep again. Chasing after it is Matthew Porter. Porter tries to put a check on Galetka, I believe it was. Galetka with it behind his own net, and the Invaders ready to start out. Up ice it goes, too far for Tyler Beck, but they wave off icing, no idea why. Luke Parada chases it, tries to dump it up ice to a teammate, but it's controlled by the Invaders. Shot saved, second shot, score. Another rebound shot, this time dumped into the back of the net by number 15. That's Tyler Beck. Time of the goal, 8 minutes and 34 seconds, and suddenly it's 3-0. The Invaders doing what senior-laden teams do, and that is get to the net and crash the rebounds and make defenses pay. And the Royals quickly down 3-0. Scoreboard has the Royals up 3-2. I'm sure they'll get that corrected. But in the meantime, we know the score is Invaders 3, Royals nothing, and the Invaders have it once again. With it is Josh Price. Price into the far corner, centers, and it slides through the crease, far side to Nick Humphrey. Humphrey has it on his stick, will go around Houck's net. He's being pestered by a pair of Invaders. The Royals get it up and out, and with it is Lamline. Lamline to Schwartzbeck, who keeps it in. Schwartzbeck, far side, sets up on his forehand, and pressured, tries to pass to himself and cannot, and it will go back out. And chasing after it is Wilford for CVCA. Wilford behind his own net. Goes up, looking for 15. That's Humphrey. Humphrey passes to Lamline. Lamline's got a chance. Backhand shot is poked away by Galetka. Behind the net, Lamline, right point. Eli Prado with a shot. Glove save by Zach Waite, who makes sure there is no rebound. And a stoppage ensues with 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the first period. Normandy 3, CVCA nothing. Face off to the left of Waite. Dropped down and controlled by the Royals. Up and poked out, and a breakaway chance now for Logan George. Shot scored. Logan George from the top of the circle on the right-hand side beat the goaltender Karsten Houck on his glove side, and another goal for the Invaders. Time of this goal, 9 minutes and 29 seconds, and it's been a rough first period for CVCA. A hat trick for Logan George here in the first period, in the first 9.5 minutes. And they drop it down one more time. DeGiro controls, gets it in to George once again. George with another shot over Houck's goal this time, and Mosher dumps it up and out, and they say it's deflected, so no icing, and back to get it is Galetka. Galetka chased by Mosher. Galetka has it on a stick, poked toward Waite. Nice play by the Royals, but nothing else ensues, and Galetka has it on his stick once again. Cross ice pass at the blue line, finds Beck. Beck with it, skates into the high slot, leaves it for George. George, cross ice pass and goal. Tick, tack, toe. That goal scored by number 18, Jake DeGiro. A beautiful assist by Logan George, and it's 5-0. Ten minutes, 3 seconds time of that goal for George. Number 18, DeGiro. This team playing like the well-oiled machine we knew that they were coming into the contest. And we're back underway in the neutral zone, pushed in deep. And the Royals try and break it out. Eli Parada across the red line. Nice stick handling, but going 1-on-4 and finally pushed up off the puck by Galetka. And the Invaders take control. Cross ice, looking for a teammate. That's number 11, Sam Waite. Pushed in by a Lamline, 11 for the Royals. Around the boards, nobody there. Morgan Joy chases after for CVCA, but she's got two Invaders to try and deal with. The Invaders try to work it out once again. Lengthening the bench across ice, but intercepted by CVCA and pushed in deep by number 24, Jared Outward. Around the boards, but controlled by the Invaders. Kept in though. Lamline pushes it in deep. Again, the Royals dumping and chasing, down 5-0. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the first period. Up the ice it goes, and icing will be the call against Normandy. They'll get a change. 5 first period goals for the Invaders. Five goals to match the 5-0 record of these Invaders coming into the contest. So the face-off to the left of Zach Waite, won by CVCA shot on Waite, and a save as the goaltender Waite corrals that puck between his two pads. And now a little bit of a discussion on the ice. And both teams set up again. So Caden Ballard and Logan George set to face off to the left of Waite. And they send Ballard away. So Nick Humphrey will take the face off. He wins it back to Parada, who fires, and it's saved by Waite once again. Back in front, there's a battle, and the puck is loose, but the whistle blows, and perhaps the net off its moorings, or maybe a quick whistle. But Waite saved by that. And there'll be another face-off to the left of Waite. This one is up and controlled by the Invaders. Chipped up the ice and controlled by CVCA and pushed back out. Humphrey knocks down the Invader in front of him. Caden Ballard tries to keep it in. Now George has it. Tries to lift his stick, but George has it again. Into the circle on the right side. Fires wide of the goal of Hauk. Around the ice and out to the neutral zone, corralled by Galetka. Galetka pushes it up, but he gets leveled by Humphrey. The Invaders dump it back in, and after it is Luke Parada. He gets it up to Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck cross ice, but almost turns it over, and it goes out to the neutral zone where Galetka's after it again, but he misses it, and Humphrey's after it. Should have been an interference penalty, and now a second shot on Nick Humphrey by DeGiro, and he still hasn't separated himself from Humphrey, and Humphrey doesn't like that and pushes Galetka away and skates away. The referees confer, and it may be a power play opportunity for CVCA. We'll have to wait and see what the call is here. Both teams scatter to their benches. The clock is stopped with 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in the first period. Invaders 5, Royals nothing. And so there is a 5-minute major call against the Normandy Invaders for a shot to the head of Nick Humphrey. And so the 5-minute major penalty will go against the Invaders. Number 18, Jake DeGiro. The Royals with an opportunity. The Royals power play has not been fantastic so far this year, but with a 5-minute major, the Royals will see if they can get on the board here. And DeGiro will have to sit for the remainder of the first period and the first 2 minutes and 12 seconds of the second period. Face off on the 5-on-4 power play for CVCA will be to the right of Zach Waite, and Jack Lamline will take it for the Royals. It's one back to Parada. Luke Parada at the right point finds Lamline in the slot, but he can't control, and it's cleared out by the Invaders. Luke Parada back after it. Out with him is Josh Petchke on defense. Lamline. Parada takes it in. It's left for Mosher. Didn't realize Parada was going to leave it for him, but he gets it, dumps it in deep, but not controlled, and pushed up and cleared out to Lamline. Lamline stick handles away from Logan George and heads up ice. Lamline evades a couple of Invaders, still has it on his stick, 1-on-2 into the corner. Lamline has it still, and it is leveled, and it's cleared. So Jack Lamline not looking to pass to anybody on that play, and finally was dispossessed, and the Invaders clear. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go on the major penalty to DeGiro. The Royals start out on the power play. Humphrey skates up ice, tries to find Mosher, and the Royals cannot get through the neutral zone. Lamline in there and with Mosher with a pair of Invaders, and the Invaders dump it in deep to clear it. 3:53 to go. Eli Parada leaves it for Lamline. Lamline this time passes to Luke Parada. Parada into the offensive zone on the left side. Skates in deep, guarded by Hill. Dumps it back to no one, and it's cleared down the ice by Willen Hill. Jack Lamline back to retreat and take it for CVCA, and they'll try and set up again. A change for the Invaders. Lamline skates up without speed, just looking to set up. Lamline through the neutral zone and finds a way into the offensive zone. Right side, fires, and it ricochets up into the rafters, and a stoppage will ensue. Face-off will happen to the left of Zach Waite. 3:21 to go on the power play. 1:08 to go in the first period. A period dominated by the Invaders. And they will actually, we'll see. They will skate back to the face-off dot to the left of Waite. It looked for a moment like they were going to bring it outside the blue line, but they don't. Caden Ballard will take the face-off for the Royals. He wins it back. Eli Parada fires. It's over the goal of Waite, near side. Schwartzbeck dumps it back in deep. Or at least he tries to. It ricochets and cleared out. Wilford out there for CVCA. Corralled and pushed up, but now Schwartzbeck again dumps it in deep, and Caden Ballard will chase after it. We're down to 43 seconds. Ballard is knocked off the puck. Schwartzbeck in there, but can't control, and it's cleared once again down the ice, and Eli Parada will have to chase for CVCA. Parada up ice, finds a teammate. That's Outward, who dumps it in deep and chases after it, but Galetka is there, pushes it aside, controlled by Ballard, and Ballard is muscled off the puck. George has it. He'll battle with Outward. Outward trying to come up with it. George has it, killing time. Ballard gets dumped once again, and George is killing time with 8 seconds to go in the period. On the far side corner, 4, 3, and finally click up, but that's it for the end of the first period. The Royals will be on the power play for 2 minutes and 12 seconds at the start of the second period, and they'll have the first intermission to talk over what they might be able to do to try and solve the defense of the Normandy Invaders for the first time this season. 5 first period goals for the Invaders puts the Royals in a significant bind and hole.
Normandy leads 5-0. Shots on goal, 11 for Normandy, 10.
We'll recap the first period in a few moments, but first, I want to bring you this message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy.
My name is Natalie Murphy, and I teach students science.
My name is James Thomas Talbert. I'm a Bible teacher here at CVCA.
My name is Adam Armstrong.
Craig McSparron.
My name is David Ramey.
My name is Jacob Pyland, and I teach students theology.
My name is Kate Matthews.
My name is Lisa Spodnik, and I teach 8th grade students English.
My name is Lauren O'Brien.
Soy la señora Sherima y soy profesora de español aquí en CVCA.
My name is Meredith Reardon, and I teach students English.
My name is Paul McClevich, and I teach students math.
My name is Regina Picari, and I teach students about God through the discipline of science.
My name's Rick Lyons, and I teach students anatomy and physiology.
I teach students Mandarin Chinese.
My name is Zach Churchill, and I teach students the Word of God.
My name is Caleb Ernessy, and I teach students Bible at CVCA.
Being at CVCA is so important because I get to spend time with students and point them to Christ. And the ability to watch students grow in their faith is a reward that surpasses anything that I could have imagined.
Getting to be a part of their lives reminds me of the teachers that were a part of my life when I went to school here. So I love just getting to walk through that journey with them.
I love to see students realize that whatever background they come from, whatever choices they've made in life, that they're lovable.
I love the light bulb moments for students when they get it. I love that as a student myself, and I love to help students have those moments.
My students are an inspiration to me. I love reading their writings, seeing their thoughts, learning from their wisdom and insights. They're a blessing and a joy.
I'm a teacher because I understand that the high school years are some of the most important and formative years in our lives, and I want to be here to help students create a theological bridge between word and world, and to help them create a Christian worldview so that the lens by which they see the world is the lens of the gospel.
In the classroom, I want what I believe to come through in an authentic and passionate way, because I think when teachers have an excitement about their relationship with Jesus, it spills over into the classroom and into the lives of students, and they can understand that Christianity is not a religion, but it's founded on a relationship with Christ.
My belief is the more they know about God, the easier it's going to be for them to fall in love with him. And that's what I want for my students to do. I want for them to fall head over heels in love with God so that they aren't afraid to give their whole heart to him, to continue their journey beyond 7th grade.
I do what I do because I love to see the smiles on the students. They energize me. They make my day happy.
I believe at CVCA we are equipping students with biblical foundations that will serve them well in their years beyond high school.
Being a teacher at CVCA is really unique because we're able to share the gospel within the curriculum that we're teaching.
I love watching students grow spiritually and discovering that they are infinitely loved by God. The passion of my life is helping students see themselves through God's eyes.
And a great message from CVCA and the CVCA faculty and administration there. If you have an interest in your son or your daughter or your grandson or your granddaughter attending Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy, there will be an open house at CVCA on January 28th, 2022. That's about 6 weeks from now. Again, that's January 28th, 2022. You can get more information on CVCA and admission on the CVCA website. That's cvcaroyals.org. Additionally, entrance exams for CVCA are required, and they will be offered on December 15th and 16th, as well as February 5th, and also on March the 5th. So again, for information about your son or daughter, your grandson, your granddaughter, potentially attending CVCA, make sure you visit Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy's website at cvcaroyals.org. So we're at the first intermission, and the score is Normandy 5 and CVCA nothing. The Invaders got on the board first when Logan George scored just 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes into the game. It was his first of 3 first-period goals. George, the senior, with a hat trick for the Invaders. They also got goals from Beck and DeGiro en route to that 5-0 first-period lead, which they've carried into the locker room during this first intermission. As we look at the last week in CVCA sports, hockey played last week on Friday, so 8 days ago, as we mentioned before, and dropped a 5-2 decision to Cleveland Heights. It was their only game of the week. Girls basketball was in action on Saturday a week ago, and they lost to Highland in a game 51-44. They rebounded with a victory against Manchester on the road on Wednesday night in Pac-7 action by a score of 57-24, and the Lady Royals are on the road tonight at 7:20 for a tip against Hoban. Boys basketball split a pair of games this past week. They lost to Nordonia at home on Tuesday night by a score of 55-52. And last night was the first annual Silent Night game at CVCA. The visitors were the Triway Titans, and they got a whole host and handful of the Silent Night experience. And we're going to give you a look at what happened during Silent Night at CVCA last night at the Tim Byerly Memorial Gymnasium. Silent Night game, a first annual tradition here at CVCA, picking up on the tradition that was founded at Taylor University over in Indiana, where the entire arena is pin drop silent until the 10th point of the game is scored. So you can actually hear a pin drop. And then as you saw, when the Royals put up the 10th point of the game, the place went bananas and berserk. And the Royals propelled themselves onward to a 45-35 victory over the Titans. Much fun was had at Tim Byerly Gymnasium last night. The Royals defeating the Titans on Silent Night. Their next game is Tuesday at home in a much more conventional atmosphere against NDCL. Swim team competed against Walsh and Hoban on Thursday night. We were not able to pick up results, but we'll try and pass them along to you at our next contest. And they will be back in action on Wednesday at Louisville. Wrestling is involved in a major tournament this weekend. In fact, CVCA is competing in the Walsh Ironman tournament, perhaps the shortest visit for a visiting team in this tournament. It's one of the top wrestling tournaments in the entire nation. 585 wrestlers from 23 states have descended on Walsh across the street from CVCA yesterday and today to compete in this national tournament. Junior 220-pound defending state champion Kyle Snyder for CVCA won his first two matches yesterday, but did drop his quarterfinal match. It was the first time Snyder had been defeated in over a year. He was then moved into the consolation bracket, and won this morning in what is called the blood round, which I believe means that he advances and continues to wrestle onward toward a medal in this major national tournament happening right across the street from CVCA. We'll try and get an update on Kyle Snyder's escapades in the consolation round bracket. He was in the quarterfinals earlier this afternoon. Looking ahead at CVCA's upcoming schedule in December, the Royals play again tomorrow on the road at Parma in a contest that is scheduled to face off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Next Saturday night, the Royals are home in what should be a bit of an easier contest against NDCL. That's Saturday night here at the Kostel Rec Center at 8 p.m. They finish up the pre-Christmas scheduled games on Sunday afternoon with a rematch against these Normandy Invaders on their home ice at 3 o'clock on December 19th. And then a break until the CVCA annual Christmas tournament, a 4-day event this year, which happens from December 27th through 30th. 8 teams, 4 games a day. The Royals are scheduled to play Twinsburg, Normandy again, and then Whitmer, whom they defeated earlier this season in the Normandy tournament. So those games, December 27th, 28th, and 29th. And then the championship games and the final games of the tournament to be scheduled and played on December the 30th. Clock is stopped with 24 seconds to go as they wait for the teams to resume and return to the ice. We do see the Invaders, the first ones through the lobby here at the Kostel Rec Center. Both locker rooms on the other side of the lobby at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. So to get back to the ice area, you've got to walk through the lobby and head out onto the ice. First one out is goaltender Zach Waite. Waite in search of the 4th shutout of the season for these Normandy Invaders already in just their 6th game. He's 1/3 of the way there. And the Invaders with a commanding 5-0 lead here at the end of the first period. The Royals will start the second period on the power play once again. Jake DeGiro in the box for that penalty for making head contact, the 5-minute major. Royals so far unable to muster up any type of a major threat against the Invaders, but they've got a 2-minute and 12-second window to skate 5-on-4 here at the start of the second period. Invaders have returned to the ice. The Royals have yet to do so, so we're waiting on CVCA to head back into the arena. Once again, you are tuned into CVCA live stream coverage of Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy hockey. My name is Tim Nichols. It's a pleasure to have you along with us today. ably assisted by Sean Mosher on the camera and on the production, as well as Cody Anderson on the graphics for you this afternoon. And we continue to wait for the Royals to return. And as we peer through the glass into the lobby area, the Royals are finally making their way back out onto the ice, or at least into the arena to eventually get out onto the ice. Well, we got a break. Why don't we bring up the out-of-town games that are happening in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue North Division today. Parma and Mayfield dropped the puck at 3:30 this afternoon. We're looking on Twitter to see if we can get an updated score on that one for you. Again, the Royals will face Parma tomorrow on the Redmond home ice at Reese Ice Arena. Parma and Mayfield at 3:30. Cleveland Heights and Canfield played a game in Boardman on Canfield's home ice. And that game began at 4 o'clock, and then later on this evening at 8:15, Chagrin Falls will face NDCL. The Royals have returned to the ice, and so we're just about ready for second period action. CVCA will once again begin the second period on a power play with Jake DeGiro in the box on that 5-minute major for head contact. It is the second period, so it's the long change period. The Royals will defend the goal to our left, and then Zach Waite defending the goal to our right, which is closest to the lobby area. Royals skating left to right, and the Invaders skating right to left. We're about ready to go. Logan George and Jack Lamline at center ice, and the puck is dropped. We're underway. Into the offensive zone. George has it, kicks it back to Galetka, and the penalty kill back in full force for the Normandy Invaders through center ice, and this one is controlled by CVCA, dumped in deep by Schwartzbeck. After it is Galgus. Galgus has it on his stick. He's pestered by Lamline. They both go to the ice. It's kept in by Josh Petchke. Petchke fires toward the goal, and it's ricochets and a rare rebound by Zach Waite. Controlled in the corner, and the Royals are going to pick up a penalty, and that's going to be it for the power play, as Nick Humphrey is going to go to the box, likely for a cross-check against Dane Galgus. So 38 seconds into the second period, and that's it for the power play for CVCA. We'll have a little bit of 4-on-4 action, and that is in fact the call. Cross-checking against CVCA's Nick Humphrey. He'll get reacquainted with Jake DeGiro, the two combatants from earlier, in the single penalty box here at the Kostel Rec Center. So face-off to the right of Karsten Hauk. It's controlled and one back to Galetka, who fires, and the shot is in the pads of Hauk, who wasn't quite sure he had it for a moment. He looked backwards, but he did. And so a second face-off will occur just 4 seconds into this 4-on-4 skate. This one's one back to George. George in the high slot, skates to the far side, leaves it to a teammate, cross ice to Galetka. Galetka fires, and it ricochets off a Royal and controlled by Lamline. Lamline one-on-one, skates into the offensive zone and fires. It ricochets into the far corner. George tries to battle for the Royal. Controlled up and far ice. Nice passing, gets it into the neutral zone for the Invaders, and Petchke's after it for CVCA. Cross ice pass, looking for Schwartzbeck. Misses him for a moment, but Schwartzbeck gets it back 1-on-2. And to the corner, he's pushed by number 15. That's Tyler Beck. Up and out it comes, and CVCA will chase with 50 seconds remaining on the DeGiro penalty. And then for about 25 seconds, the Invaders will go on the power play. Up ice it goes, and this one may be an icing. It is against CVCA, so a clock stoppage with 13:26 to go here in the second period. That gives us a moment to do the math, and it is in fact 25 seconds that the Invaders will have on the power play. 39 seconds from now when the DeGiro 5-minute major penalty is completed. Face-off is controlled up and to the left point by Galetka, who fires it in, and Hauk gets it through his pads. It's saved out of the goal crease by CVCA. on the 4-on-4. A dangerous play and chance opportunity. Good opportunity there for the Invaders. Now controlled by CVCA and pushed up and down the ice by Ben Wilford. Wilford into the corner, tries to get it to himself, does. Centering pass, and it's cleared out of the crease by Willen Hill. Hill gets it up ice, and in about 5 seconds, the Invaders will go on the power play. Push back into the defensive zone for CVCA, and Lamline pushes it back once again. And out of the box comes DeGiro, and the Invaders' power play will ensue. Up ice it goes, and it's going to go on Hill. Waite kicks it aside, and going after it is number 17, Willen Hill. Controlled by CVCA and pushed back in with 11 seconds left on this brief power play. Into the offensive zone. Poke checked away for a moment, and Mosher has it for the Royals. Up to neutral ice and pushed back in over the goaltender of Hauk into the far corner. Penalty time for Humphrey is up, and a shot fired. Second shot's in on Hauk, and he leans back on his back to save it from the goal. We are 5 aside, and Hauk saves what would have been an even strength goal for the Invaders. So, a stoppage with 12 minutes and 15 seconds to go for the first time in second period action. Both teams will be 5 aside. Face-off will be to the right of Karsten Hauk. Jack Lamline and Tyler Beck face off. And the Royals clear the zone out to neutral ice, pushed back in deep by the Invaders. And back after it is Luke Parada. Whistle blows, and it was pushed in from just beyond the red line. So the call is icing, and the Royals will get an offensive zone face-off opportunity to the left of Zach Waite. Lamline pushes it toward the goal. It goes wide. Chasing after it is Morgan Joy. She'll battle against DeGiro, and out with it with speed are the Invaders. Poke checked away by Lamline. And Morgan Joy looks up, finds Humphrey. Humphrey is dispossessed, and they wave off the offsides. It was definitely offsides against Morgan Joy, but the referees missed it, and so the Invaders will try and clear the zone and finally do. It comes up on a long pass off the boards and onto the stick of Logan George. George finds a teammate. It's DeGiro. Shot, goal. Jake DeGiro with his second goal of the game, his second in a row, and the assist to Logan George, and the time of the goal, 3 minutes and 29 seconds of the second period. The score now, the Invaders 6 and the Royals nothing. Rough afternoon for CVCA, and more of the same for these Normandy Invaders, who are the class of the Blue North Division this year. Does bring into question how the alignments work out in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League. These Invaders were in the Barron Cup final last year. They came up short against Orange, but a senior-laden squad. And yet the Lakewood Rangers, playing in the white division this year, and certainly not nearly as good as they were a year ago when they didn't even make the Barron Cup final. So other teams that are certainly not nearly as good in the white division, North Olmsted and others, but that's a topic for another day. The topic of today is the Normandy Invaders' domination of CVCA here at the Kostel Rec Center, 6-0, as the Royals looking for an opportunity. Centering pass to Ballard. Actually, check it, it was Outward. Outward pushes it back in deep once again. And finally, the Invaders clear down the ice. It's going to be on goal, pushed aside by Hauk. And the Royals trying to muster up something to try and get their first one by Zach Waite this year. Up ice for CVCA, Carter Martin. Martin has it and pushes it deep. It's taken now by the Invaders. Delayed offside against the Royals. Pushed up and out. Beck has it on his stick. Finds a teammate. That's George. Fires and off the post and covered by CVCA's Hauk. For a moment there, it looked like George was going to have another one, and Hauk's best friend, the post, saves him that time. And with a 6-goal lead, we've run into the running clock situation where the clock will continue unless CVCA is able to score and reduce the deficit to less than 6 goals. That a OHSAA rule. Another shot in on Hauk, who makes the save, and it's poked up and out. No icing, and so Nick Humphrey chasing after it into the corner. He'll battle. Lamline is there to help out. Lamline gets it behind the goal. Whistle blows. Galetka was there with Lamline, and we'll see what the call is. Looks to be just a face-off to the left of Waite. So Lamline at the center dot, and he says to teammate Schwarzbeck, move to the other side. Lamline kicks it, tries to get it to himself, no one there. And it's poked up, but not out. Kept in by Schwarzbeck, dumped back in deep, and chasing after it for the Invaders is Willen Hill. Up ice it goes and out of the zone, and it's on the stick of George. 2-on-1 for the Invaders once again. George ridden off the puck, but still gets a centering pass across the ice to teammate Tyler Beck. And Beck on the doorstep, no one there with him, and he pots another one. It's 7-0. The Invaders putting on a clinic here tonight at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. And for Beck, that's his second of the night. Normandy controls off the faceoff once again. Turnover. Matthew Porter out for a shift. Tries to put some pressure on. It's knocked down and trickles up the ice. Eli Parada knocks it out of the zone. Finds Caden Ballard. Ballard skates into the offensive zone. Far side, and he's leveled into the boards. Pushed aside, and it's pushed up and out where Parada will chase after it. That's Eli Parada, the freshman for CVCA. Parada pushes it up ice rather. It falls to Mark Mosher's stick. He pushes it in, but the Invaders clear. They've got another offensive chance. Shot in on goal by number 47. That's Jeffrey Satayak. And a save by Karsten Hauk, who's had a rough night in goal as he's just been peppered once again. His second start this season against these Invaders. 3 starts overall, and certainly he's drawn the short stick, having to face these Normandy Invaders twice out of his 3 starts so far this season. Face off to his left this time. And it's controlled by the Invaders. Shot and a save by Hauk. A second shot and a goal. Logan George again. So the Royals defense unable to clear that puck out, and Hauk beaten again by Logan George, his 4th of the day. 8-0 Invaders. And getting dangerously close to that 10-0 score, which would end this game by mercy rule. Controlled by George. George skates in. The puck trickles to the near side boards in the corner. Lamline tries to skate out with it. He's dispossessed by Beck. Beck tries to center. Finds a teammate. Pushed aside by David Krieger, who gets a shift. Luke Parada out with it. Parada behind the goal. Far side. Cord Steigmeyer. Steigmeyer skates in deep once again and skates to the other side. He's going to be met by DeGero. Pushes it upside to Krieger. Krieger waits and he has it intercepted by Galgas, who tries to center. It's tipped aside, and Steigmeyer tries to control once again. Cannot. In the corner. Controlled by Normandy. Up to the point. Shot in deep. Save. Rebound. Second shot. Bodies flying everywhere, and Karsten Hauk dives on top of the puck. A stoppage ensues with the clock running at about 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Normandy 8, CVCA nothing. Face-off will be to the left of Karsten Hauk. Won by the Invaders. Tipped forward. Shot. Saved by Hauk, and he covers this one up. That went off the stick of Josh Price. Price, a junior forward for the Invaders. Melissa Green out there now, also to his left, one back, and shot again wide of the Royals goaltender. Near side boards, CVCA's Lamline out with it, pushes it up, And falling down is Galetta. Ballard has it, 2-on-1 for the Royals. Ballard fires, no rebound. Zach Waite smothers that puck. Matthew Porter was charging, hoping for a rebound opportunity, but there was none. And Zach Waite with the save. Cody, what do we got for shots on goal so far right now, just throughout the game? That can't be, who's that, 35-10? Trying to read sideways. It's a lot to a little, that's what we know. Royals control, Luke Parada shot wide, far side rebounds, and a opportunity one-on-one for Normandy. Glove save for CVCA. Another shot on goal against Karsten Hauk. Let's take a look at those again, Cody. 27-10 is what the shots on goal are here late in the second period with a running clock. Face off to the left of Hauk. This one's controlled by Lamline around the boards. Parada sends it. Schwarzbeck has it. Schwarzbeck retreats back in deep, and he'll break out once again. Up ice he goes, looking for Humphrey. Misses him, and it's shot back into the rafters, and a stoppage once again. So the face-off will occur outside the neutral zone. In fact, it'll go all the way back to the face-off dot in front of the Royals bench, just behind or beyond the Royals offensive zone as we wind down to about 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Taking this face-off, Mario Terralari for the Invaders. Freshman against Ballard. The Royals control it. Mosher sends it in deep. Around the boards it goes. And knocked up and out. And icing against the Invaders. As the Normandy coaches lengthening the bench a little bit now. You see number 11 out there. That's Sam Waite. He is the backup goaltender for the Invaders, but he's getting some shifts on the ice as opposed to in goal. He skates off. We mentioned Melissa Green out there. Steigmeyer gets that puck on his stick and shoots it wide of Zach Waite. And knocked up and out once again. This may be another icing, and it is against the Invaders. The clock winds down to about 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Normandy 8, Royals nothing. This time the face-off will be to the left of Zach Waite. For the Royals, David Krieger will take it. Matthew Porter, Morgan Joy out there. Morgan Joy has it, cross ice. She finds Eli Parada. He shoots in, and it's knocked down before it gets to the goal of Waite. And Morgan Joy is going to go to the penalty box for a trip. She got her skate or her stick wrapped in the skates of a Normandy Invader, and she knew it right away. She looked right back at the referee, and he had nothing else he could do but let her know, yeah, I saw it, and you're going to spend 2 minutes in the box. So Morgan Joy takes a penalty for CVCA. The clock does stop on the penalty call, and the first line comes back out for the Invaders. And why not, right? 8-0. The Invaders on the power play. Galetta can't keep that one in as Jack Lamline sends it down the ice, and to get it back is Willen Hill. Hill pushes it up ice again, chips it up, and a nice play with speed to the neutral zone come the Invaders. That's Logan George. George battles against Eli Parada, gives him a push, and now Parada says, I'll take the puck, thank you very much, but he fires it into the penalty box. And look out, Morgan. But everybody ducks and everybody's fine, so the good news is the clock is running. The bad news is it's 8-0 Normandy, and that's the reason why it's running, but the penalty time continuing to tick off. Face off to the left of Karsten Hauk. And it's controlled by CVCA, and they send it down the ice, does number 24, Jared Outward. Back to get it is Galetta. He's pestered. Jack Lamline still skating hard. Logan George has it. George evades Outward, heads up into the offensive zone, and why not? Logan George looking for another one. Fires, and it's clicked away, or chipped away. Luke Parada has it. Parada chips it across far side. His brother Eli is out there. He tries to get it to him, but he'll battle with number 15. That's Tyler Beck. And a stoppage ensues. The period has come to an end and both teams will head off to the locker room. So we've reached the end of 2 periods of play, and the Invaders tack on 3 more goals in the second period. And the referees, are they going to make a call here at the end of the second period? Have to wait and see. The Royals heading to the locker room, and we'll have to see what the discussion is. And it looks like there will be none. So there will be 39 seconds of penalty time left when we resume activity in the third period. The score at the end of 2 is Normandy 8 and CVCA nothing. So as we've reached the end of the second period, we're going to pause for this brief message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. So once again, if you're interested in CVCA for your son or your daughter or your grandson or granddaughter, make sure to check out the CVCA Royals website, cvcaroyals.org. Check under the admissions menu, and you can find out about all the upcoming events that give you opportunities to see and experience CVCA, including the upcoming open house on January 28th, 2022. And a reminder that entrance exams for admission into CVCA will be offered on December 15th and 16th, as well as February 5th and March 5th. So we are at the second intermission from the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio, in a Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue North Division contest between Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy and the Normandy Invaders, and it's been all Normandy tonight, with the score Normandy 8 and CVCA nothing. So as we've reached this second period intermission, reviewing the goals in the second period, another goal by DeGiro. That was his second of the game, and then Tyler Beck got another one at 8:21 remaining of the second period. That was the 7-0 game goal. And then I believe Logan George might have had his 4th goal of the game. Is that right? I'm looking at Cody Anderson. He says, yes, it is. And so that's where we stand at the end of 2 periods of action. Logan George with 4 so far in the day. Beck with a pair and DeGiro with a pair. And as we suspected at the beginning of the contest, that first line for the Normandy Invaders is a line that continues to terrorize CVCA. We've reached a point where the clock is running with more than a 6-goal lead for the visiting team so far this evening. And we are in danger of potentially seeing a mercy rule situation occur should the Invaders be able to score 2 more times before CVCA can try and find the back of the net and light the lamp tonight in this contest. My name's Tim Nichols, and again, you are watching and tuned into CVCA hockey coverage on CVCA live stream, available to you this year for all home contests on the CVCA Athletic Boosters YouTube page. We mentioned before that there are 3 other games happening in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue North Division tonight, or today. Parma and Mayfield played earlier today at 3:30. Cleveland Heights and Canfield had a 4 o'clock contest, and then later on tonight, Chagrin Falls and NDCL will take to the ice. And Chagrin Falls probably a big favorite in that contest. So the Royals are back in action tomorrow, so they'll have to wipe off the stench of this contest and get ready for the Parma Redmen, who are off to a great start this season. I believe they have 7 wins already. The Redmen victorious in the Nordonia Thanksgiving tournament, a tournament that was primarily contested with teams from the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue South Division. And so Parma, who actually played in the white the last 2 seasons, is back in the Blue North this year. They went and played a set of teams that are not quite as advanced, and so they were able to win that tournament championship. And Parma did drop a game to these Normandy Invaders early on in the season by a score of 3-0. They also dropped a game last weekend. I believe the score was 6-4 against Cleveland Heights, so they were able to have more success against Cleveland Heights than the Royals did the day before, getting 4 goals against the Heights goaltender, but giving up 6 of their own. So the Royals lost against Cleveland Heights, the only common opponent other than these Normandy Invaders, by a score of 5-2 last week. So Parma on their home ice, probably favored tomorrow a bit, but the Royals will have to play better in goal and on defense and all around if they want to try and compete and give the Redmen a run for their money tomorrow afternoon. Face off for that contest at Reese in Parma is set for 3 o'clock. The Zamboni doing what Zambonis do here at the intermission period. Getting a new sheet of ice here set for 3rd period action, which is upcoming at the Dan Kostel Rec Center, the home ice for CVCA once again here in the 2021-2022 season. It is the 2nd season that the Royals have called the Kostel Rec Center home. Last year, the Royals' former home down at the Kent State University Ice Arena was shuttered 1 week prior to the start of the regular season due to the COVID pandemic, sending the Royals brain trust scrambling to find ice available for the Royals to have a 2020-21 season. And that is when the Dan Kostel Rec Center came to the rescue, and the Royals played all their home games with no fans in attendance a year ago here at the Kostel Rec Center, including the entire Royals Christmas holiday tournament between Christmas and New Year's a year ago. And so that relationship was born out of a little bit of stress and unrest related to the pandemic, but that relationship has now continued into the 2nd year this year as the Royals calling the Kostel Rec Center home once again. The other teams that share this arena with CVCA include the Twinsburg Tigers and also the Garfield Heights high school hockey program. The Royals' next home game and our next broadcast will be next week on Saturday night, 8 o'clock against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, NDCL. Always a physical contest against NDCL. They continue with their program in the Blue North. That should be perhaps one of the softer games, perhaps we'll call it, on the schedule for CVCA in recent weeks. And so the Royals with a chance for a victory if they don't get one tomorrow, certainly next Saturday night before the rematch with these Invaders next Sunday afternoon on their home ice at Reese Arena up in Parma, where they share ice with the Parma Redmen, among others. We are between periods, 2nd intermission time, where the Invaders lead CVCA by a score of 8-0. The Zamboni has completed its activity, and we're going to take a break for a few moments, so you're going to hear silence. Look for a bottle of water or something like that, and then get ready to bring you 3rd period action between Normandy and CVCA. My name is Tim Nichols, and you are watching Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy Hockey on CVCA Livestream via the CVCA Athletic Boosters YouTube site. Stay tuned for more hockey in just a few moments. Welcome back to CVCA live streams coverage of Royals hockey. We are getting ready for third period action. My name is Tim Nichols, and glad you are with us today for the contest between the Royals and the Invaders, which has been a one-sided contest today. All Invaders this afternoon. They lead 8-0 as we get ready for the third period. The Royals have already returned to the ice. And as we wait for the Invaders to come back out of the locker room, we want to say get well soon to Normandy Invaders head coach Jim Jackson, who is unable to be here with us tonight for this contest. We hope, Jim, you are feeling better soon, and look forward to seeing you here at the Kostel Rec Center during the CVCA Christmas tournament later on this season. And hopefully you're back behind the bench by next weekend when we see the Invaders once again at the Reese Ice Arena in Parma. So we're talking amongst ourselves up here in the high atop or above the ice on the far side, and we're thinking about some consolation Italian food maybe after the contest. And Cody Anderson's called a 2-minute penalty on himself for realizing he didn't advance the period reference from the first to the second period. So it is the third period, and we are set to go as we learn the new graphics package this year. We hope you're enjoying that. If you're not enjoying the result, you're a CVCA fan, we hope you're at least enjoying the coverage. And if you're watching us from Normandy today, we're glad you found us. And team's having a great season so far and continues to do so this afternoon. And get yourself down here between Christmas and New Year's for the 4-day CVCA holiday tournament, Christmas tournament. The Invaders undoubtedly must be a heavy favorite for that tournament, as they're going to be here along with Twinsburg, the Royals, Whitmer, and others, 8 teams in all. So we look forward to seeing fans from Normandy and from all the schools here on that 4-day period from December 27th through December 30th. In the meantime, we're about ready for third period action to start once again. The Invaders will start on the power play as Morgan Joy has 39 seconds left to serve on her 2-minute minor for tripping. And the puck drops and we're underway. Third period action. Puck is controlled by the Invaders. Up ice it goes, and it finds the stick of the Invaders. But now stolen by CVCA. A shorthanded chance. Backhanded shot by Lamb. Line goes wide. Nick Humphrey has it. Skates in the corner. Tries to skate past a couple of Invaders. And it's poked far side boards. Stolen by Zach Nichols. Nichols forehanded shot wide of the goal. And he gets back. 11 seconds left on the penalty, and both players, one from each team, go to the boards. And another penalty is going to be called for tripping. It's just a matter of which team, as 2 players went down. And it's going to go against number 11 for Normandy. So out of the penalty box comes Morgan Joy, and replacing her goes Sam Waite. Waite, the backup goaltender, freshman, will get a 2-minute penalty for tripping. And face-off on a Royals power play will be to the left of Zach Waite. Jack Lamline will take it for CVCA. He wins it back, but not too far enough. And it goes to George, who skates up ice. A shorthanded chance is pushed aside. DeGiro was skating on that. Far side, behind the goal, controlled by the Royals, and they'll move up ice once again through the neutral zone. And into the offensive zone, poke checked away off the stick of CVCA's Nick Humphrey. And the Royals push it back in, and Chase Hill's after it for the Invaders. Up to George. George skates up ice. Shorthanded chance. George with 4 goals. Stops. Gets ready. Fires. Knocked down by Parada. It comes to 15. And a shorthanded goal by Tyler Beck from the high slot. Beats the Royals goaltender, Karsten Hauk, for another goal. This one, the shorthanded variety for senior Tyler Beck. 9-0 the score, and we are perilously close to the end of this game if the Invaders can find the back of the net one more time. And they still got the first line out there, so they're obviously trying to end this one quickly as well. CVCA's Eli Parada with the puck behind the goal. Parada, far side, looking for Mark Mosher. Mosher has the puck come down to him, and he'll try and get out of the zone. Can't. It's kept in by 15. That's Beck. And now Parada, Eli that is. High point. Beck fires it back in wide of the goaltender. It comes back down to DeGiro, and looking for George. All shorthanded. The Royals on the power play here, but can't get it out of their own zone. Stolen away. George tries to get it back to himself. Pushed far side. 7 seconds left on the power play. Royals head up the ice with some speed is Mosher. Near side. Mosher off the board. Stops. Drops it back to Ballard. Ballard tries to get it forward. Can't, and it's poked away. Ballard has it once again. Tries to dump it in, and finally broken out. Through the neutral zone comes DeGiro. DeGiro, high slot. DeGiro gets it to himself. Near side, short angle goal. Sharp angle, rather. No good, and stoppage as the Royals defender barrels into the goal, and it goes off its moorings. That was number 17, I believe, Carter Martin. 11 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the contest, if it goes that far. Running clock with the Invaders leading 9-0 after the shorthanded goal by Beck. Face-off is won and fired on on Karsten Hauk, and Hauk saves that and keeps the contest going for the moment. I said Mosher, thinking Caleb Mosher, who is the other goaltender for CVCA. Face-off to the left of Hauk, and there to take it is Josh Price for the Invaders, and this one is pushed to the near side boards, poked up but not out, and now finally poked up and out off the stick of Willen Hill, and so no icing. Back to get it is Galetka. Galetka cross ice off the boards. Back there is, I believe that's Parada. D to D finds Luke Parada. Pushed up and knocked down is one of the Royals. That's Schwarzbeck by Galetka, and the puck it dangles in the neutral zone. Chasing after it is Matthew Porter. He'll chase Willen Hill behind his own net. Porter has Hill push it up ice through the neutral zone and now into the corner. Josh Price for the Invaders in the corner. Dispossessed, and the Royals push it up. See if they can clear it out. They do, just for the moment, and it's fanned on as Galetka was trying to fire it back in. Outward on the far side boards. Gets into the zone, but cannot get much farther, and he's dispossessed, and back come the Invaders, leading 9-0. Galetka trying to end it, fires wide of the goal. Lamline skates up the ice with some speed. Jack Lamline, far side, past Hill. He's got out Schwarzbeck setting up in front of the goal. Can't pass it to him. Schwarzbeck goes in the corner, and now the Royals wraparound chance by Nick Humphrey off the side of the netting, and then pushed into the safe hand and grasp of Zach Waite, the junior goaltender, who continues to have the shutout, looking for his 4th shutout of the season for the Invaders, leading 9-0 as the clock winds down to 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Face off to the left of Waite. Lamline wins it back to Petchke. He fires. It's knocked down in front of the goal, kept in by the Royals, and Lamline pushes it in deeper. Up, and Petchke keeps it in, fires it in, and there to get it is 15, Beck. Beck around the far side boards. It's perilously or dangerously in front of the goal, but controlled, and now out comes the Invaders. Nick Humphrey rubs out one of the Invaders, and the puck is pushed up but not out, kept in, and Beck is the Invader chasing after it. It comes to Humphrey's stick, and he'll skate up with it. Nick Humphrey with some speed. Check that, it's Zach Nichols with some speed. Nichols skates behind the goal. Centers, kept in and pushed down. Shot to the goal, pushed aside, a rare rebound. Nick Humphrey chases after it. That was Petchke who kept it in and got it in on Zach Waite. Far side corner. Lamline pushes it in further deep as he cycles it down low. It's pushed up, and will it get out? It does, and the Royals will have to clear the zone. Zach Nichols has it. Nichols cross ice, finds a teammate, pushed up and down to Beck in the defensive zone, fires it down on goal, and so pushed aside by Hauk. Lamline has it. Lamline skates the other direction, and he'll start out for the Royals with 7:55 to go, third period. Lamline past George. George slashes at him, can't get it. Lamline right to the zone and fires. It doesn't get a shot off, actually. Got all the way to the goal and then could not finish. And it's chipped up and out of play by Logan George. And so a face-off will happen and take place to the left of junior goaltender Zach Waite. 7.5 minutes to go, third period. Invaders 9, Royals nothing. Faceoff is won by the Invaders, and George has it on his stick through the neutral zone with some speed. Already with 4 goals. George is pushed off by Mosher, but keeps possession of the puck. And now he'll find another Royal coming to battle with him, and he's dispossessed. Cross ice pass. Mosher is absolutely leveled. And a penalty is going to be called against the Invaders for interference as Mark Mosher gets right up and into the penalty box will go number 57. That's Matt Galetka, the junior defenseman. The Royals will go up on the power play. 6 minutes and 54 seconds remain here in the third period, and the clock runs, and so the Galetka penalty already starting to run down. Face off to the left of the goaltender, and a new goaltender will be number 1, Danny Bartik, it looks like, has gone into goal for the Invaders. So, at 9-0, Zach Waite's night is done. Royals power play ensues. Cross ice pass, and the Royals will start out. Ford Steigmeyer knocks it in deep. And into the corner. The Invaders push it up. DeGiro clears and sends it down the ice with 1 minute and 6 left on the penalty to Matt Galetka. Up ice, intercepted by Beck, who fires high and over the goal, clearing it once again. And so back to get it is Eli Parada. 53 seconds to go on the power play for the Royals. He pushes it up, but turns it over as it's too far for Outward. Again, shorthanded. Logan George intercepts. George circles back. Beck sends it in deep, and the Royals clear it out. And chased back by number 17, Willen Hill. Once again, the Royals on the power play, but not having possession. The Invaders knock it up the ice and control once again. Stolen by Morgan Joy, and Hill sees Joy on the ice and chooses the better of Valor and doesn't knock her to the ice. Here comes George trying to end it. Fires, save on Karsten Hauk, or save by Hauk, with 10 seconds to go on the penalty time. And the Invaders control once again, and that's going to do it for the penalty time. Cross ice, Zach Nichols will corral it. Galetka's out of the box. Nichols cross ice pass to Eli Parada, who will retreat behind his own net with 4:45 to go. Up it goes, and to the neutral zone. Pushed up and forward once again. Offsides and delayed offsides. They clear the zone. Do the Invaders, and the Royals will take possession. Pushed up to the neutral zone and intercepted by Normandy and pushed back. Zach Nichols will retreat. He's got pressure from number 7, Josh Price. Dumps it in deep, and Beck now playing defense. Normally a forward. Retreats and is pressured by Joy. Pushes it up ice. Intercepted by Zach Nichols. He waits for his teammates to get onside. Nichols to his forehand, fires, shot wide and off the board. Kept in by Outward. Outward fires, but it's knocked down in the slot. Pushed up, and Price cannot control. Might have been hooked, but the referees let that one go, despite the come on cheers of one of the parents from the Normandy Invaders. I'm sure there was an opportunity. Maybe it was Mrs. Price, not sure. But at 9-0, the referee said, yeah, we're going to let that one go. And so a save by Karsten Hauk, and the clock continues to wind. 3.5 to go. Controlled by Normandy for a moment, but pushed up and intercepted with some speed. Lamline. He's pushed aside by number 17. That's Willen Hill, and it's cleared back out. Back to Luke Parada. Parada, far side, finds a teammate and pushed up, looking for Humphrey. Humphrey now pushes it in deep, looking for help. Humphrey, with 7 helpers already this year, saw Schwartzbeck coming to the goal, and a shot, and a save by Bartik, and he's got one of the Royals hanging on for dear life, trying not to fall on him. That's Nick Humphrey, who was off balance. The first save of the night by number 1, Danny Bartik, the senior. And the clock continues to wind. 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Face off to the left of Bartik, won by CVCA. Matthew Porter shots. His rebound is pushed aside off the stick of Morgan Joy. Bartik with another nice save, and he gets a nice round of applause. Matthew Porter fires high and misses the goal. Around to Luke Parada. Parada dumps it back in deep. Porter's there to try and get it. Porter. Krieger, I think, out there for a shift. It's pushed up and out where Luke Parada has it once again. Far side. Intercepted out for a moment, and clearing the zone are the Invaders. Out of the ice is Melissa Green. Green has it, pushes it toward the goal, and it's pushed aside by Hauk. Under 2 minutes now. It's pushed up, and skating past it is Porter. It's knocked back in deep and corralled by Karsten Hauk. And so the whistle blows. We've got a mere 94 seconds left in this contest tonight. The Invaders 9, the Royals nothing. Face off outside the Invaders' offensive zone. Taking it is Tara Lellett. Check that. It is Terralari. And apologies for the mispronunciation there. Royals have it in the offensive zone. It's toward Bartik. It's cleared out of the neutral zone. And crashing into Danny Bartik is a Royal and an Invader. And we hope for his sake that Bartik is okay. He gets up. A hockey player he is. And they untangle the mess in front of the Invaders' goal. And there'll be a face-off to Danny Bartik's left. That puck almost found its way behind the goal line, but not quite. Face-off is pushed toward Bartik, but cleared out by the Invaders. And so Eli Parada has it, pushes it up, and the Royals get onside. Normandy clears once again. Eli Parada has it. Less than 30 seconds now. Parada stick handles through the neutral zone. Skates up the ice. Looking, fires, and saved by Bartik, who puts a glove on it. Gets a way to go by his teammates. Galetta and Mario Terralari. And one final face-off, perhaps, as we're under 5 seconds, and they won't even do that as a stick is on the ice. That's going to do it. The final score tonight from the Dan Kostel Rec Center. The Normandy Invaders go to a perfect 6-0 on the season. The Royals drop to 3-4. Final score, Normandy 9 and CVCA nothing. A tough night overall for CVCA. What a great night for the Invaders, and these two teams will see each other once again in a little over a week. The Royals back in action tomorrow with a divisional matchup against the Parma Redmen. And we'll have to check the Invaders' schedule, but their record remains perfect. The Invaders 9-0 winners tonight here at the Kostel Rec Center. So that's just about going to do it tonight for action from the Dan Kostel